Welcome to Neverwinter Nights 2. Now, just a bit before we get into this, I've already played both the original campaign and the Mask of the Betrayer campaign to the fullest. I have not done Storms, except for Storm or the hell it's called again, or anything like that. Now, for this playthrough, there's going to be a couple of rules in place for me. Seeing as I kind of got a bit overwhelmed and kind of cheated a little bit, not a lot, a little bit, and ran into a couple of bugs during my playthrough, so then it was legitimate cheat. So now then, here's the rules for this gameplay. I'm going to start with a new, fresh character. I'm not going to try to cheat for its levels, and I'm going to choose a race that is going to be, let's say, favors class I want to play. Unfortunately, that means it's either going to be stuck being human, because there's no race that favors the... Oh, screw it, never mind. I'm just going to go ahead and stick with the one race I know that's good for Warlock. Anyways, through this playthrough, I'm not going to chat much. I'm going to try to more or less stay quiet through the gameplay, and probably going to speed through a lot of things. So please have your mouse handy dandy over that pause button if I go over something you miss. Although when it comes to dialogue, I'll try to slow down. Let's make you look a little more human. Oh, come on. There we go. That color. You kind of does it. That one does it better. Now then. Let's go ahead and go through this while I'm talking to myself like a blathering idiot. Of course, I'll eventually stop myself, as this whole thing is all part of the process. Nope. 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 Oh, hell no. That can work. Let's change the eyebrow color though. Where is the eyebrow color? There we go. I probably thought I was going to miss that. Oh, by the way, you're wondering why it looks kind of as good as it does? That's because of a couple of things I've gotten. Now, this whole playthrough is going to be dedicated to a nice little friend of mine off of Discord, and she knows who she is. Too bad you can never find leather armor that looks like that in game. But the goal is to make a warlock who will also become a Hellfire Warlock. Now that looks nice too, but too bad you can't get that when you start raising that. But anyways, back to Warlock. I'm gonna go Lawful Evil. I always have a hard time playing as a Lawful Evil character. Keep that in mind. Now let's see. Last time I chose this guy. what? Why not? Now, I do forget what I put the others at. Yes, I think I'll go with these stats. You'll understand why I always want to go with Intelligence 14 here in a second. Problem is that screws up my Intimidate. Nope. 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 Doesn't add anything I like. Hell no. That would be bad. I guess I'll go with no background because I'm not, well, actually a praiser. Yeah, let's go with a praiser. This is going to be a problem for me later in the game. But moving on. Now, I only need to get Intimidate up to 6, and I forgot what I need to get. Oh yeah, Lore need to be up like around 12 for Hellfire Warlock. Where's Lore at? 4? Oh. I don't need this ever. So, let's see. Let's start with combat casting. Now the one that's going to help us the most in the very beginning is going to be that. But shit. Well, I have Eldritch Blast, but Spear would be good, would be better. What shall I name her? Oh, I know what to name her. Again, only one of my friends will probably understand this reference. H-18? The hell, let's stick with that. And then... ah, damn it. There we go, I think that's appropriate. Now then,
Time to finish this.
let's go with that, excuse me. And this is where I'm going to stop things for a moment. Now, before I continue, I will be using push to talk, so you won't hear me talking to myself. Now then, continuing on.
So many today. Ah, my foster daughter is up and dressed, I see. Today is the the merchant this past while I attend to the archery contest. I will need you to deal with the merchant. Fetch my furs from the chest, over by the painting.
I do apologize if I rushed through this. As I said, I've kind of played through all this already, so I'll try to slow down for those who are watching.
Good. I see you have the furs. Galen has probably set up his tent on the village green. He'll be enjoying the fair with the rest of the townsfolk. Last season, I asked him to bring a duskwood bow to trade. Sell him the furs and use the coins it gives you to purchase the bow. Your friends await you at the bridge. I suppose you're anxious to see the fair. But don't forget to trade with Galen.
I'll still have to figure out why that other ring always comes up unidentified later.
There you are.
It's the
A big audience, all cheering for us.
the Mossfelds.
I convinced. Anyway, I heard Will Mossfeld is doing the same act this year, so that should help my chances.
Oh, gods. Not the pixie impressions again.
Don't say that. You two are the only family I've got. Apart from Tarmus, anyway, and he hardly counts.
Besides, we're a team. I know this town hasn't seen anybody as talented as you since Cormac left, but you can't do everything yourself. The Mossfelds won both their matches in the Harvest Brawl. They'll be tough to beat, but Amy's bound to win the Tourney of Talent for us.
I convinced Tarmus to teach me a few new spells. And I dug up a couple more from his spellbooks when he wasn't looking. Anyway, I heard Will Mossfeld is doing the same act this year, so that should help my chances.
Oh, gods. Not the pixie impressions again.
We sign up with Georg in the village square. Come on!
Now, I'm not going to give my Warlock all of the gear I created just yet. It would be overpowered for this section of the game.
And the Blight?
It's no blight.
What do the Druid?
Well, it's just a rub, Georg. There's no druids to be found, not head nor heel. It used to be they'd warned me of troubles, long before I noticed the signs myself. But this time, we're out in silence. You think we ought to say something? Everyone's gathered for the fair, even from the outlying farms.
No. They ought to be free from cares, at least for a day. We'll go round tomorrow. Talk to the households one by one.
Right you are, Georg. Tomorrow, then.
Aha! I've been wondering when I'd see the three of you. Last year to compete, isn't that right? Better make it count, then. Another victory speech from that muttonhead of a Mossfeld, and I think there'll be a riot. Rules are the same as ever. Win 3 of the 4 events, and you win the Harvest Cup. Win all 4, and the village council grants you a special prize. And nobody's done that since old Cormac. If you have any troubles, you know where to find me. Oh.
Don't make this too easy for me. Don't make this too easy for me.
Magic is not allowed in this, so keep that in mind. Now, this will either determine whether you're going to go law or chaotic.
One mistake and you're mine.
What's up?
I'll take the lead.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Now, the reason why I'm speeding through his leveling up is because, well, he ain't gonna be sticking with me for very long. And I'm not gonna say any more about the story because I'm gonna give out some major spoilers.
Well, Orland's right. This pig's been enchanted. It's a faint aura, so it could have been a, well...
Wait a minute. He's a foul old wretch. But we ought to give him a chance.
No chance for that motherfucker. Pardon my French.
I'm ready if you need me.
So, you've decided to compete for the cup, I see. I know this is a fine bow, but you came for the archery competition as well, did you not? Fetch a crossbow from the back. You have only to hit the practice target once. Then I'll allow you to compete. Are you ready to compete then? The rule, your target 5 is...
make this. Don't make this.
Well done. A perfect score wins the competition outright. I've rarely seen such a fine performance so early in the day. You have a marksman's instinct. That much is plain. Go on now.
Now this next part you're gonna see me actually kind of speed right through because I already know what to do and everything, but I guess I'll try to let y'all understand what's going on with this guy.
Enjoying? Do you know they're actually granting prizes for the fattest pig? That's a splendid idea, the Knaves Challenge. I always tell them we ought to encourage thievery in our children. We live in a swamp, after all. What else is there to do? Come to think of it, I don't believe any of you has the skills to compete. Not that I'm complaining, mind you, but you'll need to find someone who can pick pockets and break locks and search for hidden trinkets if you want to compete.
Lock breakers? Pocket pickers? I don't know anyone like that. Do you?
What about Kip? He's always nicking vials from Tarmus, and he's right over there behind the tent.
I'm ready if you need me.
Oh yes, I almost forgot.
Isn't that the boy who stole my basilisk eyelash? And not once, but 4 times.
That's right. My frog needed eyelashes. Then I got him a sweetheart, and she needed him too.
Don't trouble yourself on my account. I'll settle with the young artiste and his frogs later. Before you begin, I suppose you'll want to hear the rhyme. Very well, but it's dreadful. Don't say I didn't warn you. I've hidden 3 feathers, scattered them wide, placed white in a box, and locked it inside. Blue followed termite tracks down where they ran, green in the pocket of same-colored man. Count yourself fortunate for that. I once shared a wagon with a kobold bard. He rhymed sadder with bladder and sang fondly of his navel. As dreadful as it was, did you understand what the rhyme meant? Yes, you have the right of it. 3 feathers, white, blue, and green.
Now that rhyme's pretty easy to understand, but the game actually shows you. Termite tracks, logs.
green in the pocket.
I'll take the lead.
That does not always work the first time, by the way.
It really is a dreadful day for a fair. Not even the tents are managing to look cheerful. Thank the gods! The Knaves Challenge is won. I believe that means you've won the cup as well.
Well, that war. If there's anything you wanted to do before the award ceremony, now's the. I'll meet you at.
Now, if you're wondering why they're leveling up and I'm not, that's because of the whole favorite class system in Neverwinter Nights 2, which I think is still a bunch of BS.
Gather round. This harvest fair's a celebration, but it's also a dark anniversary. We all know what else happened on this day. Not so long ago, we nearly lost this village. Almost lost our lives. Almost lost it all. But we came back. Cleared burnt farms. Buried our dead. And put our ashes behind us. And we rebuilt. Tougher and stronger than ever. Long as there's a harvest fair, we won't forget that day. And our young folks, they'll stay tough, long as they compete for the Harvest Cup. So let's hear it for this year's winners. 3 cheers for the Harvest Champions! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
The village is under attack! You're safe!
What's up?
I'm ready if you need me.
And this is why I went with the mace.
There you are. I don't know. Georg is trying to gather the militia, but I head south. But before.
Thank the God I have. If we're going to stop them, we need someone to rally the militia and meet them head on. The militia, now go.
We'd better search.
Huh? Get away! What, you came to drag me out there to die? But I tried to fight. There's so... What do you do?
Bring it to me!
I forgot, hitting him kills him.
You three.
faster!
So the whelp seeks to test herself. How pathetic.
Blast it! The rest of you, stay where you are!
I shall waste no more time on this pitiful village. It is not here.
The stupid girl! There's more to do. Georg and the militia are holding our attackers at bay on the Starling farm. We must hurry before the tide turns. If only I had more time to gather equipment from my home. If you make your way there, you may find some magical and alchemical equipment of use. It's to the north. Now go!
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
We don't have enough militia to stop them. See who else we... Look for the wounded, the miss...
Well, I think I'm in a bit of a pickle. This is new to me.
Well done. All right, militia. Ready your weapons and move out. It's time we stand our ground. Another wave is coming. Prepare for battle.
Let's go.
More of them? Cyric's blood, they're entering the Starling House. But if we don't hold the next wave off, the whole village could be overrun.
Let's go. If we hurry, we can stop them before they find the children. I knew I could count on you. I hope my brother and sister know enough to hide.
We could use your sword.
Now, let me just say here, there's a possibility of you being able to kill both children. But I'm not going to do that. Because I may be an evil bastard in this playthrough, so to speak. It just personally wouldn't sit right with me, but there is still a way to do it without killing them, and you'll understand here in a second. Just for the sake of it, I'm just gonna go ahead and say no, I'm not. Oh, I guess you don't kill them after all. My mistake on that. Kind of good thing they didn't do that then.
Bring it to me.
Thank the gods that's over. We would not have held them much longer. Dagon!
Much blood has been lost tonight. Let us make the enemy pay in kind. That is the last of them. For now, let's see how many we can steal from Death's clutches.
Thank the gods we were able to hold them at the farm. How many did we lose?
Ian, Vera, Pearson.
What were those things anyhow? Never seen anything quite like them.
They're called bladelings. Their kind is rarely seen in our realm. They dwell in a place beyond.
Well then, what in the 9 hells are they doing here?
Lathander doesn't illuminate all mysteries for me. we must rely on our own wit and resources.
One of those dwarves mentioned they were searching for something. Does anybody know what it was?
Lass, come. I see you're unharmed. Many have not been so fortunate, and others have seen their final night. I understand you lost a friend of yours in the attack. A tragedy. She was a promising young mage, or so I've been told. That you will. I see you understand the folly of dwelling upon loss. I do not have much time to talk. There are many who are wounded. Now, there is something you must do tonight. Those bladelings were here to find something, and I fear I know what. Very good. This is not a night for words, but action. There is an item, a silver shard. Long ago, I concealed it in the old stones outside of town. I fear it may have drawn these creatures down upon us. The stones outside of town are older and deeper than you may think. In the farthest chamber of these ruins, look for a strong box. Inside is the shard. There remains only one thing. You should not go alone. Bevel, I need you to accompany my daughter to the ruins. This is an important task.
But Georg says the ruins have been overrun by lizardling tribes.
And that is why you must go. Together, two can succeed where one might fail. The cries of the wounded cannot be ignored any longer. Find the shard. Find it and bring it here.
No offense meant, but your father makes the hairs on my neck stand up. Still, if we're going to do this, we should make some haste. It sounds urgent. This path that runs along the river is our best route into the swamp. I hope these ruins aren't too hard to find. We could be out there all night. It's been an age since I've come this far into the swamp. There are some twists and turns before we get to the ruins. There's probably more than lizardlings ahead. So, lead on, I guess.
And this is one of the hardest areas for the beginning area for any character. Well, almost any character.
What's up?
I'll take the lead.
what you've got! Bring it to me!
One minute.
I could use some healing here.
Oh, great spirits of the Stone Tomb, please hear our plea. The other lizardling tribes take our territory. They wage war. And before we fight them for our ancestral hatching grounds, we ask for your blessings.
There certainly are an awful lot of them. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
A warm blood. Here. Your very presence offends the Stone God. And this gives you the right to intrude on our lands and disturb our most holy of rituals. What do you propose then, warm blood? A favor for a favor, eh? We may have need of you. We will let you do this thing. Do what you have come here to do. We will leave the Warmbloods in peace, my followers.
We were risking life and Dagon can do his own blasted quest from now on. When you're done, sir.
You have returned, and you have brought the shard.
That's all you can say?
If I did not believe you could handle...
Yeah, well, you weren't out there in the swamp getting attacked by lizard folk.
No, I was here attending the wounded, Bevel. Now find Marion and do the same.
I don't see how you put up with him.
Now, for the shard. Let me see it. I need you to go to the city of Neverwinter, find my half-brother Duncan, retrieve the second shard, and take it to a mage you both can trust. Duncan owns an inn in the docks district of the city, the Sunken Flagon. Not the most reputable place, but safe enough. Head to the small port town of Highcliff when you are free of the swamp. There, seek passage on a ship to Neverwinter. The beast that attacked us will leave West Harbor alone once they realize their quarry has fled. If all goes well, you should be in Neverwinter before they find your trail. Say your farewells. Your boots may travel many roads before you return. I let some of the others know you are leaving, but not the why of it. Return when you are ready to leave, and
This incursion is the I had high. Not that I go if you must, but mysteries remain here that need to be answered. When I had made it clear to stay out of it. I am no doddering scholar in need of your amateurish attempts to help. The girl died a meaningless death. A needless sacrifice only helps your enemy. Learn this lesson, and you may avoid Amy's fate. Help with the journey, you say? Advice. Advice is what I can give. Use that skull of yours for more than a shield. Amy obviously failed to learn this lesson. A fool girl. As functional as the famous Harborman thick-headedness is, it still won't prove much help against, let's say, a lizardling sword or javelin. You aren't mistaken on that account. Fine, take this. Perhaps it will help you. Perhaps not, but don't bother asking for more. I've already lost an apprentice on your behalf. That's all you'll be getting from me. Oh, very well. I suppose I could always use more coin.
So, can you at least tell me why you're going? Your father wouldn't tell me a thing. You're less cryptic than your father. But not by much. It won't be easy reaching Neverwinter. I've traveled that way once or twice. It's a dangerous journey, especially for one traveling alone. You might want to ask around the village. If you're going to leave, some folks might be able to offer some help. You may not have trained under me, but I've always enjoyed your company. And you acquitted yourself well with the village defense. Here, take this shield. It's always served me well. And even if you don't use it, you can sell it for some gold that might do you some good.
This incursion is the most noteworthy event that's happened. Oh, very.
So, your father's... I'm hoping that you'll be back soon enough after you reach the city, but most people, it'll be a shame to see you go. We lost a lot of harbormen to the attack. Hopefully your father's right, and there will be no more attacks once the shard is gone. Still, the village will need every As a member of the militia, my sworn duty is to defend West Harbor. I can't just... Good luck.
Have you said your farewells? To get to Neverwinter, take the road that borders the Starling Farm out of town. It is the only road through the Mare of Deadmen, so following it will be easy. The road itself has not been patrolled for some time, and few travel it. Move quickly, and you may be able to avoid the many beasts of the mare. I suspect you will see your share of battle before you reach Neverwinter. Stray from the road, and the danger is even greater. I've made it known that you travel directly for the city, in the hopes that the enemy will pursue you along the high road. Instead, you will head to the small port town of Highcliff once you are clear of the swamp. From there, you will seek passage on a ship to Neverwinter. There is a ship named the Double Eagle that will await you in Highcliff. Her captain, Flynn by name, is a trusted friend. Your trip to Neverwinter will be quicker by water, and my attempt at misdirection may allow you to reach High Cliff before the enemy becomes aware of your true route. I have nothing more to say. It's time for you to go, my daughter. Each moment you remain here brings greater risk to the village.
This is gonna be a bit of fun, and yet not so much fun.
Now that we're outside, maybe you'd like to tell me what you said again. Slowly this time, so you could think about what you're saying.
You're a small one to be taking this road all by yourself, dwarf. Maybe you've come looking for trouble. Unless you have a little coin to convince us otherwise. Nothing that concerns you. This is between us and the dwarf, and whatever coin he happens to have with him.
Ah, you're welcome to try to take it if you're all game. You all can't be frightened of one little dwarf, can you? If you're afraid of being humiliated in front of the stranger here, well, now that's another matter.
We're not frightened of either of you, and it seems to me you need to learn a lesson.
Outnumbered? Well, I suppose they could bring some more friends if they wanted. That might even things up a bit.
This matter is between us and the dwarf here. It's none of your concern.
Come on. Someone tried to hit me already. Even the newcomer here sees that you're all too afraid to do anything.
All right, I've heard enough of this. Come on, boys. Let's deal with the dwarf and his new friend.
Well now, that was a good fight. A shame they had to resort to weapons, but if they have to keep the odds even, can't blame them too much. Name's Kelgar, by the way, of the clan Iron Fist. I've been making my way along the coast for some time now, stopped in the Willow here for a brief fight. Ha! Even the odds! They didn't stand a chance in the first place. Obviously, you haven't heard of me. So, tell me, what brings you out along the mare? Roads aren't exactly safe, you know, and they're getting worse all the time. Seems it's your lucky day, then. I happen to be traveling to Neverwinter as well. Glad we see eye to eye. And when fortune smiles, who are we to turn away? I say we step inside the Weeping Willow here and share our stories over a few of the innkeeper's best. So then I punched him in the face for asking. And while he was trying to pick his teeth off the floor, his friend decided to add a few choice words about my heritage. So I punched him too. So to make a long story short, I take pride in what I do, fighting. It's something you can't get enough of, and it's something where there's always room for improvement if you apply yourself, stay focused, and keep swinging. And that's why I'm headed to Neverwinter. I heard there's a house of monks there. A monastery, right? I heard they'll train anyone just for the asking. Couldn't ask for a better opportunity. Aye, that's the short of it. No stranger than half of what takes place in Faerun. I can tell you that. Well, as it happens, I didn't always want to become a monk. What happened was that...
The Kalakjaha. Find it.
Well, look at this. Our next round of practice just arrived. Let's see what they're made of! Time for a little fun!
I didn't want that 1 point of going towards good, nor did I want the 1 point going towards chaotic. So I'm kind of in the catch-22. And he went down way too quick.
Yeah?
I'll take the lead.
Well now, I've had a good time so far. And the way you... Look, we're heading in the same direction, and you seem to have more enemies than friends. What say we travel together? Might be able to teach each other a few things. Good. I'd be glad for the company and the conversation. And don't you worry about me keeping up. Kelgar Iron Fist carries his own weight. I won't be slowing you down.
He's gonna regret that, though.
Nothing walks away! Take that!
Don't make...
Oh boy, here we go.
What, demon? No screams for us? Maybe we should brand you. Maybe that'll loosen your tongue.
Leave me alone! I've done nothing to you.
Well, now Commander Valis will be happy to hear that, he will. It means his work here is all done. He can just give up the fort and go home.
Still, there's just the small matter of those bounties on bandits he posted. And a bandit with demon blood, well, there's no telling how much that's worth.
Of course, you could tell us where your camp is. Valis will pay more for that, he will. And we won't even have to butcher the lot of you.
I told you I'm not with those bandits. Or are you deaf and stupid?
Stupid? Here we were, thinking about letting you live. Now you've gone and changed our minds.
Hey, hold on. Looks like she's got friends, she does.
This don't concern you.
That we are. Caught this demon trying to raid our camp, and we were about to deal with her.
Nothing yet.
I told you I'm not—
Shut your lying mouth, demon. You'll get the blade soon enough. You think you're going to—
You know,
especially—
Runty?
Good enough for me. Let's kill them all and I'll sort out the tail later.
Thanks for helping me out. Guess I owe ya, huh? I'm not sure I like the sound of that. But hey, I'm still standing here and they're not, so I'm not gonna complain. I mean, once folks catch sight of me, usually it's the horns, they run in the other direction. And all those tales about tieflings being cursed don't help much either. I'm Nishka, by the way. I'm really glad you came when you did. Wasn't really sure how I'd get out of that one. Of course, they never would have caught me in the first place if that invisibility potion I'd bought hadn't been watered down. If I ever see that merchant again... Well, I was actually trying to pass the fort by. Make my way farther south. Well, I thought that potion I bought would help. You see, once the local garrison sees me, they tend to want to throw me in a cell or attack me on sight. Of course, the potion wears off right as I cross paths with those thugs from Fort Locke. They were looking for easy bounties, and I showed up right on time. It's been that way ever since the new fort commander posted bounties on bandits. Some of his soldiers have been hunting down anyone they find on the road and claiming they're bandits. It's just banditry of a different sort. They rob the travelers and then get the bounty too. The roads are even less safe now than they were before. Do you think I could join you? Just for now. I won't get in the way, I promise. It's just that I don't know how long I can survive on my own. And, well, I do owe you one.
Can't say I trust her. Tieflings will stab you in the back and run off with your purse the moment you drop your guard.
Yeah? Well, dwarves are squat, smelly drunks who'll chop someone in half just to show they're tough.
Oh, is that so? Well, why don't you step down here and say that again?
Oh, this'll be fair. I don't even have any of my gear. But please let me come with you. I owe you for saving me. And those soldiers will just try to kill me again if they catch me out here on my own. Thanks. I won't let you down, I swear. I think those Fort Lock thugs have my gear locked away here. How can I help?
Yes.
Alright, this is where I'm going to end things for now, and later I'll continue chapter 1 in the next video, hopefully. Thank you for watching, and Acme is out.